Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We'll continue to talk about barzakh and some of the details related to barzakh. So, when somebody is buried, grave squishes that person. Doesn't matter it's a believer or it's a non-believer. However, there's a big difference. When a believer is buried and the grave squishes the believer, it is pretty much like when a child is in the lap of the mother and the mother slowly and gently grabs the kid and pushes the kid. It makes sure the kid doesn't get hurt, rather gets comfortable. On the other hand, when a disbeliever gets into the grave, it just squishes the disbeliever so bad that one side of the ribs interlocks with the other sides of the ribs. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. And the details about how the grave treats a believer can be found in Sharh al-Sudur. On page 345, there is a narration reported by Aisha radiallahu anha. Similarly, Ibn Abi Dunya reports it from Muhammad al-Taymi. And in a similar fashion, in Mulh al-Rawd al-Azhar, written by Mullah Ali Qari, is also reported in that book on page number 101 on Diqdat al-Qabr wa Adab al-Qabr. And Fayd al-Qadir, volume number 5, page number 422, hadith 7493. And for the disbeliever, that is reported by Anas ibn Malik, that what happens to the disbeliever and how the rib cage of the disbeliever gets crushed and one rib cage interlocks with the other rib cage. And this is reported by Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal in al-Musnad, hadith 12,273, and also reported in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, Kitab Sifat al-Qiyamah, hadith 2,468. And when the person is buried and people after burying start moving away from the grave, can hear the footsteps of the people moving away, as reported in Sahih al-Bukhari, Kitab al-Janaiz by Anas ibn Malik radiyallahu anhu. At that time, two angels come to that person, and their faces are extremely, extremely scary. And when they arrive spreading the earth with their teeth. I mean, like, the whole thing, if you can imagine, it just gives you goosebumps. And their color is black, and their eyes are black and blue. And then there's fire coming right from behind them. I mean, like, this is like very, very scary look. And then they have very, very long hair from head till toe. And they have like a lot of teeth and a lot of hands. And these are the angels that you call Munkar and Nakeer. They come and wake up the dead. And then their voice is very, very loud. And I mean, like, this is scary stuff we're talking about. And you're like, and these details are reported in several different books of hadith. For example, Imam Bayhaqi in hadith number 86 in Ithbat Adab al-Qabr, he reports this in Sharh al-Sudur, page 122. In Ahya al-Ulum, Imam Ghazali brings it on volume number 1, page 127. And Suwal Munkar and Nakeer, and then similarly in Sharh al-Sudur, page 122, more details are discussed. And Imam Bayhaqi reports it in hadith number 86. Similarly, Sunan al-Tirmidhi, under the Bab Ma Ja'a fi Adab al-Qabr, hadith 1073. I mean, Imam Tabrani reports it in al-Mu'jam al-Awsat. And then they start asking questions. And this whole thing that I'm explaining to you, this is reported in several books of hadith. It's unbelievable. This thing that, I mean, like, we can't even imagine how they arrive. And then they start asking questions. Ma rabbuka? Who is your Rabb? Ma dinuka? What is your religion? Ma kunta taqulu fi hadha ar-rajul? What do you used to say about this individual? And they are showing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. And now for the first one, Ma rabbuka? If it's a believer, we'll say Rabbi Allah. My Rabb is Allah. And then when it's asked about Ma dinuka, what is your religion, we'll say Dini al-Islam. And when it be asked about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ma kunta taqulu fi hadha ar-rajuli," will say, "Huwa Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam." Then the angels will ask him, "Okay, you have answered the question, but how did you come to know about all of these things? Who told you this?" And that person will say, "I read book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I believed in it, and it is my belief that it is the truth, the ultimate truth." And this hadith is reported in Sahih al-Bukhari, Kitab al-Janaiz, and then it is also reported in Sunan Abi Dawood, Kitab al-Sunnah, and several other books of hadith talk about the questions in the grave. And in some of the narrations, whereupon hearing the answers from the deceased, the angels will say, "We knew that you will say this." At that time, a voice will come from the heavens, and it will be that my abd, my servant, has said the truth. So in reward, open things from Jannah for this person. Give him or her a resting place from Jannah. Give this person dress from Jannah. For this person, enter a little doorway into the Jannah so that the beautiful fragrances from the Jannah can reach him. The beautiful winds of Jannah can reach him. And however far this person can see, expand the grave for this person. And all of these matters are happening in the world of barzakh. When you open the grave, you will not be able to see apparently all of these things are happening. And this arrangement is for the special people, the chosen people of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe some of the people from the general public too, but for the most part, it is for higher level of believers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those people. So we find these details in Sunan al-Tirmidhi, Kitab al-Janaiz, in Al-Musnad by Imam Ahmad, Hadith 18,559, in Sharh al-Sudur by Imam al-Suyuti, in Al-Mu'jam al-Kabir by Imam al-Tabrani, Sahih Muslim, Kitab al-Jannah. Similarly, Sharh al-Aqaid al-Nasafiyya, page number 99. So those believers who are sinners, it is by the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will not be continuously punished till the day of judgment happens. In some cases, their punishment will be uplifted soon, and in some cases, it will be uplifted later. For in some cases, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow the people who are left behind to make dua for this person who has passed away because of their du'as, because of their isal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will uplift the punishment of the grave. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is all merciful. The bottom line is, in all the phases after this, it's all about your faith, your iman. That is the most important thing. Your bank balances, your status, the cars you drive, the houses you live in, the neighborhoods you dwell, the jobs you do, all of these things become meaningless if you do not have faith. Everything else starts to make sense only and only if you have faith. Inshallah, next time we'll talk about what happens in the grave of the disbeliever. Till next time, Assalamu alaikum.